Shalom. I would like to begin the lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rahaha Korash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Karatazar Gabar back here with another lesson. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth, the brothers, the Akim, as well as you few sisters out there listening and learning. The Aqua, to you I say Shalom as well. And I'm coming back at y'all, man, with another installment, of course, as always. And I'm gonna play a video for y'all that the elder brother Amawan Gabar made. It's a short that I'm gonna be playing for y'all. I watched it and it gave me, you know what I'm saying, inspiration to make a lesson about it. I am in transit right now, so I mainly will be talking on this lesson and reciting scriptures off the dome. But nonetheless, though, I just want to say this first. For the sake of this video, it's the spirit that earlier today I was looking at. Well, it just went away, but I was looking at. I was looking into Isaiah 4:1, and I also, did a lesson concerning women yesterday about how I should have said. I titled the lesson "Jake Women Are Cooked," but I really should have said "Women of this generation are cooked," because at the end of the day, Jake women aren't the only group of women that are in that spirit, are in that mindset. But like I stated in the video, I believe I don't really care about the other nations' women. I do, but when I'm speaking more so to the sisters than the heathen nations' women. But I went into this because it's been on my spirit, man. I've been watching Fresh and Fit again. You know what I'm saying? Their little podcast that they do and whatnot. I remember at one point in time when I first started really taking heed to the truth, more so in like reading and stuff like that, and being in my book around like 2021, 2022, really around 2020, around when the C video started and when that all was going on, when everybody was in the crib. I was when I really started reading more and stuff like that. I was watching their podcast and their little clips and stuff that they had going on, because I was really when they started blowing up. But they were talking about how, I even mentioned this in my lesson, you know what I'm saying, women who are older, you know what I'm saying, these women brag about being old and being single, right? This girl talking about it doesn't matter, I'm gonna look the same, I'm gonna still look good when I'm older, and I'm gonna look good now, because I want to say the dude on the podcast named Fresh, or Myron, he had asked a young lady, does she think her value will increase as she gets older, or will it decrease? And she said that her value is, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to matter if she's old or young, which is far from the truth. A lot of women agree with her, or even think in that mindset. I'm not saying all, but a lot definitely do. And it basically made me think about it, how the fact that women in this generation now, and even generations of old or before us, they for some reason they find it a flex to be old and single. I'm telling y'all, this is a trend not too long ago on TikTok, where women were posting their age. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31 and I'm single and I have no kids. I'm 40 and I'm single and I have no kids, as if it's a flex, right? So that made me think about in the scriptures where it talks about old maids, right? Concerning old maids, which is Isaiah 4:1. Because at the end of the day, back in those times, and even if you go back into our generations, you have to go back into our grandparents' generations. So really like the baby boomers and before then, if your grandparent or even even your mother or father, if you're older, really your grandparents though, if they're above the age of 70, yeah, if they're above the age of 70 or so, you know what I'm saying, they will tell you that back in their days, it was frowned upon to be old and single, and on top of that, to not have any kids. That's what made me think of old maids. And going back into, you know what I'm saying, even biblical times, this lady is outside sweeping the sidewalk. Man, Edomites who didn't take advantage of their kingdom. Nonetheless, though, if you have a woman who is older and she's single, that was seen as that was something that was shameful, right? That wasn't seen as a good thing back in biblical times. To be old and single, and you don't have no kids, you don't have no family, no man have tried to marry you at all, that's a problem, right? Just like when a lot of these pretty women or these bad bitches and all that other stuff, when they talk about how, they don't, or somebody will ask them, why are you single? They'll say, because I want to. No. I look at a lot of these women who are very pretty and stuff like that, who look good, who are fine upon the eye, and I look at you, if you're single and you don't have a man or somebody that loves you or likes you like that, and you're just single, then I instantly assume there's something wrong with you. Either it's something up there is not clicking for a man to not have tied you down, because if you look that good, a man would have been snatched you up, right? They would have been scooped you up like ice cream. So a lot of these women say, I don't want no man. I'm single because I want to be single. No, it's because, you know, these men ain't dealing with you. And a lot of men, you know, they coming out of that simp status. And you still have some who are around. That's just the spirit that they in. But I'm going to go ahead. I've rambled on enough. Let me go ahead and play this video, man.
Hey, that time's for you brothers out there. It's gonna get the pick of the litter. When you look up,
if a woman cheats,
hey, that time is coming where you brothers out there is gonna get the pick of the litter. When you look up or type in pick of the litter in Google, pick of the litter means the best or most desirable one from a group. Selection or set of options. Simply put, the choice is gonna be yours. And the beauty about it is that the Heavenly Father, through His only begotten Son, knows exactly what you like. Knows exactly what you like. Trust and believe that. So when that time comes and the Lord sends many, many, many women your way, you brothers will have the pick of the litter. And this message is only for the brothers. Listen.
So I want to speak on that, man. And my dad always tells me this. He'll say, number one, you know what I'm saying, if you want something, like if you want a woman or if you want some play, not necessarily if you want a wife, because at the end of the day, I've tried to combine, you know what I'm saying, being in this truth, doing lessons and stuff like that with having a woman, and it doesn't mix well. Not saying that it can't mix, but it doesn't mix well better than if you were by yourself or if you were single, right? Because at the end of the day, women are very needy, right? So they're gonna always need something from you. It's harder to focus when you're dealing with a woman versus when you're in this truth and you're single. You know what I'm saying? It speaks on that in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, around the 30th verse or so. But nonetheless, though, if you are, you know what I'm saying, you pray for something like, hey, how about Shemal Shah bless me with a concubine, right? The Lord knows what you want, and He is always going to answer your prayers in due time, when the time is right. You know, and He's gonna send you something your way, right? He's gonna give you what you've asked for when you're ready for it, though, right? We're gonna get all of that stuff when shit hits the fan, man, or even leading up to it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers are getting attention from women now that they never were getting attention from, or at this capacity, right? For some brothers, it's happening now. For some brothers, it may start later. But I always want y'all to focus on this, man. When you're focusing on yourself, which is what I have to remind myself to do as well. When you're focusing on yourself and focusing on your purpose, and you're trying to better yourself, and you're trying to increase your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? And you're trying to live the best life you can, eating the right things to the best of your abilities, right? Working out, right? Because bodily exercise profited little, but it didn't say it doesn't profit at all. If you're doing these things and keeping yourself together, you know what I'm saying, looking nice and sharp and things of that nature, grooming yourself, these women are going to flock to you, bro, right? You're naturally going to attract them. If you focusing on yourself and focusing on what you're trying to accomplish in life, they're going to naturally attract to you just off your energy. You know what I'm saying? If you're not completely pressed over trying to get some women or some pussy, bro, that's when they come. But if that's all the thing that's on your mind, if that's the only thing you could think of day in and day out, that energy that you harvesting is gonna repel them, right? You want to be able to have that glow, man, like in The Last Dragon. That glow, you are the last dragon. She said, what did Vanity say to Leroy? She said, I can't quote it precisely, but she said, I think you're the master, or I look at you as the master, right? He didn't realize he had that inner glow about himself. That's how the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua are about to be very soon. We're gonna have that inner glow, man. But you gotta believe in it. You know, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe that the Lord is instilling that in you, man. Because at the end of the day, we're kings. You gotta condone yourself in a king-like state. How you think somebody else gonna want to treat you like a king if you don't treat yourself like a king, right? And not only that, focusing on the word, focusing on what you're supposed to be doing day in and day out, leading your life correctly, right? Are you doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua? It's gonna all come. We don't have to worry about that, man. You don't have to worry about trying to get on a woman. You're not gonna have to worry about all of that stuff very soon, Lord willing, man. This is gonna come naturally. You do what you're supposed to do, though, and that's not the reason why we do this thing, man. Right? Women are the least of our concerns, but it's an added benefit.
Ain't intended for you women to be watching, you know, coming on a comment board, scoffing, making your nonsense rhetoric, whatever. This ain't for you. This is for the brothers, because when that time comes, we're going to be in such a chaotic environment, or even a buildup, because before the chaotic environment begins to take place and the beginning stages and the buildup of this chaotic environment, it's going to be so bad that there will be no room for simping. So I say that to say that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will send them at the right time, not when you still got to focus on this ministry, push this word, this gospel, and lock in, because these women can be a distraction, especially if they're exactly your type. And the Lord knows, bro. He knows. Trust and believe that. You know, not to say if you're dealing with your type right now, it's distracting. Not saying that. You know, we deal with what we deal with and who we deal with, but your pick of the litter is coming. Isaiah 4:1 is at the door. So for you brothers, because that's who this video message is for, be patient. The days of these females calling men in general dusties and incels and shit like that, they're gonna eat them words. You know, knocking the brothers, knocking men that are under 6 feet, have a certain job, don't look a certain way. You offend one, you offend all. So these females are gonna have to eat their words. Isaiah 13:12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect. Yeah, that
Like
time's
the brother said, man, it's not just any type of man. That's the men of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, right? Lord willing, we bear that number. And that day, women are going to be seeking protection. They're going to be seeking the most masculine men on the face of the earth. And that will be us, man, Lord willing, right? These other men out here, they're not gonna know what to do in that day. So they're gonna start turning into women naturally as well. They're gonna become real masculine. And these women are gonna be looking for those men that can protect them, right? They're gonna provide for themselves, according to Isaiah 4:1. They're gonna look for the men that can protect them, the men that can guide them, right? That can get them through these tough times that we're about to come upon. This is what we've been preparing for. It's not for no reason. You gotta remember what we do this for, man. It's not no waste of time. It's not a waste of breath. Why are you driving next to me, bro? You can speed up. It's not no waste of time. It's not no waste of breath, Salakia. But God damn, bro. I hate when niggas just sit next to me. But it's not no waste of time. It's not no waste of breath. At the end of the day, we're going to get our glory soon, man, Lord willing. So, I'm approaching my destination, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. Like the brother said, man, Isaiah 4:1 is on the doorstep. And it is coming soon. Lord willing. So I'm gonna close it off there, man. Lord willing, the lesson was edifying those out there listening and watching. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rahaha Korash, Kwam Yashar Allah, Abab Abal. And until next time, I say shalom. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom.